Nigel, what's your take on all of this? Is it time we just simply moved on? Is it fair, first of all, that the rules were slightly changed?
Let's sort of put it all into context.
Right.
The Privileges Committee didn't set themselves up. Parliament put the inquiry before them, so that was a vote of MPs. Now, had the Tories been on the ball, they'd have noticed that Labour had taken out the word deliberately from misleading Parliament. So now the Privileges Committee are looking at, did he mislead Parliament? That is a procedure that has to go on through the House because the House have voted on it. The only way of changing that is to have another vote to say that we'll forget about the whole thing. And when it comes to David Pannock, he's probably right that in a court of law this wouldn't work. But then this doesn't go to a court of law. This is a parliamentary procedure. And so to try and compare it with a court of law is like saying a child caught stealing sweets at school shouldn't go before the headmaster but to the Old Bailey. Right. And it would be ridiculous. Parliament has to handle this one. And the crucial issue is not over Partygate itself. It is over whether Boris Johnson lied to Parliament.
Yeah.
We know he misled Parliament. He said there were no parties. There were. He said no rules were broken. They were broken. So that is what he's got to answer at Privileges.
But is it fair, though, really, for us to carry on with this? I mean, ultimately, it seems a bit of a nonsense dawn.
I think in the light of everything that's happened recently, a lot of people are thinking... Look, I'm not saying this because I appreciate that a lot of people did lose loved ones and there are a lot of people very, very angry. I'm one of them, by the way, very angry about it. But a lot of people are now thinking, cake, wine, bit of cheese, really? Can we just move on from that now? There's more important things to worry about. The fact that we can't afford cake, wine and cheese at the moment
exactly.
is part of it. So I think a lot of people are feeling that. But also, Nana, I'm still very annoyed at the rules that they set, in many cases, certainly after 2 years pandemic, were unnecessary. So I am angry that they then broke those rules. And they did break rules. He was found guilty and he did apologise for that. But so was Rishi Sunak.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
And the jury is still out, although, as you point out, it didn't go to a court of law, on whether Keir Starmer's meeting I mean, it's a very grey line between having a birthday cake and some wine or having a curry and some beer with a group of work colleagues. So I think look, you can argue that till you're blue in the face, and I thought we pretty much had argued that we're blue in the face, but we seem now to be going back on it.
Getting blue in the face.
Yeah, so we're blue in the face, red in the face, green in the face, whatever colour you want to vote for. But, I mean, the fact that the Privilege Committee are going to start meeting 3 times a week now...
It's just nonsense.
It just feels like most of us out here, to me, personally, it doesn't feel like, yes, I'm angry. I appreciate a lot of people listening and watching us are angry. But it doesn't feel like the priority. What I want now, Nana, is for the mess that we're currently in, all of us, to be sorted out, rather than navel-gazing in this Westminster bubble that just really needs...
But shouldn't MPs be subject to the rules that are the rules of Parliament?
Yes.
Otherwise the whole thing starts falling apart.
Yes, of course, but I mean...
only starts falling apart.
Yeah, I mean, it's falling apart as it is, but I mean, it's like... I get that, Nigel, of course I get that, and I appreciate that, but at the moment we do seem to have bigger fish to fry here. And...
Yes,
I get the rules is rules, mate. But
I just think MPs ought to abide by them. And lying to Parliament is a really, really serious offence. If they get away with it, they'll all lie to Parliament.
I'm not defending it in any way, shape, or form. But the mess we're in at the moment, I just think we need strong leadership, and I think they need to stop worrying about themselves and start worrying about us. And that's where I feel I personally am at the moment. I'm not really a heavy political animal, but I just want someone to start the strong and stable leadership. I think someone mentioned that at one